All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Let me just get you guys up here. Good morning, everyone. Let me turn this down. Post FOMC. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back, guys. Happy Thursday, everyone. Post London session after FOMC, guys. Hope everyone traded it safely. Let's be honest, who traded it? Come on, let's own up. Who traded FOMC when they said they wouldn't trade FOMC? Let's see who did it. Who traded it? Looks like gold had a pretty yeah, that's true. It actually didn't go that crazy. It didn't have crazy volume. That's why personally I decided to trade it. I haven't really had a look too much at NQ, so we'll look at NQ. Nice if you guys did. Did you guys make money if you did? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Corey, congrats on the new funded account as well, man. Absolutely amazing work. Corey passed another combine today, which is absolutely amazing. Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. I've been trading for the past 7 years and mainly focused on gold futures here in the European session. So good to be back on with you guys. We will do some analysis for the day. Typical day after FOMC, you can get some pretty good moves. So I'm keen to see what we get here in gold today. You had some very nice liquidity spikes here on gold yesterday. This is the reason I got short, as I had these two very nice downside levels. You also on gold had a very nice trend line coming up. So lots of people trying to buy that trend line while I was trying to short into that trend line. So very nice, very nice movement here. Good afternoon, good morning, guys. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Nice. Some of you guys did trade it. Nice. Oh, look at that. Andy made 8. Look at that, Andy. Andy in the chat. 8K live. Huge. How long did it take me to get a payout? I took as in how long did it take me to get my first payout, or how long does it take the money to hit my account? Because I did get a payout this morning. I took a $3,000 payout yesterday, and it has hit my account already this morning. Well, I did it through Wise, actually, so Wise was very quick. I took out $3,000 yesterday. It was in my account this morning. So let's have a look here on gold, guys. See what we got for the day. We'll break down all markets. We'll have a look at gold. Look at this here on gold, guys. Remember, what did we speak about yesterday? We spoke about price needing to come up and tag yesterday's high before potentially selling off. Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Chris. Welcome back, man. Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you guys here. So, lovely call on the gold buys yesterday up into this liquidity level. You can see here on gold, you tagged previous daily highs and then closed right back below as well. So, pretty interesting daily closure here on gold. Remember, guys, we are coming up to the final 2 trading days of the month. And this month on gold has gone from looking so bullish to all of a sudden, we are starting to leave a pretty big wick rejection. So this monthly candle here on gold has changed things up a lot. And I'm interested to see if this is going to continue to roll over or we're going to find some support. Personally, I would love to see gold continue to roll over. But let's get some, you know, you guys always say, how do we do the daily bias? Well, the daily bias is very important. Knowing where gold needs to go for the day in order for me to be able to trade the intraday markets, to me, is very important. So let's do a little bit of top down here, guys, post FOMC, and kind of see what we can see. So this was the liquidity level from yesterday. You know, London kind of just ran it completely with no real pullbacks. Ran the highs, then had a huge sell-off of FOMC. So the daily highs have been grabbed here on gold. If we get rid of these are my downside liquidity levels. Let's get rid of this. This was the short I took on FOMC. Let's get this out of the way. And let's have a look at this daily time frame here, guys. So first things first, how did we close yesterday? How did we close the previous day? So previous day held above 3900, held above 3950. And then yesterday we came up, we tagged the previous daily high, and we sold off right back below. However, What's interesting here on gold... Sorry, guys. What's interesting here on gold is you have already come down and you've tagged yesterday's low. Oh, it didn't? You haven't grabbed the day lows on the spot chart? If you haven't, Chris, that's going to be a fantastic spot because that could be a great short. 2 seconds, guys. Someone, Chris on Zoom has spotted that you potentially haven't grabbed. Yes, you haven't. That's a very, very good spot there, Chris. A lovely, lovely spot. So what I was about to say here on gold was we've grabbed the day lows and found some support. However, if you guys have a look at the spot chart, I can't share it because it will move my screens around. But if you have a look at the spot chart, let me see if I can share actually. Again, this is why I correlate the two. So good spot there, man. You can see here on the spot chart, you haven't actually grabbed yesterday's low. So what I was about to say is yesterday's low could be a support region where gold could potentially push up. However, this day hasn't actually grabbed previous day lows. So that could still be a potential target. So we could still short into, on the futures chart, where this current daily low is. So let's have a look here. So we'll get rid of this. We'll mark on, because the futures chart you have grabbed the lows. However, the currency chart hasn't grabbed the lows. That's why it's always important to watch the two. Now let's have a look here. So bit of a, let's see here. Let's have a look. Head and shoulders on the hourly. Yep, I think so. Let's have a look at some of you guys' charts. So your spot chart has. Or is that the... Yeah, your spot chart has. I'm on a wonder. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I mean, regardless, it kind of has found some support. You have grabbed some lows left and kind of wicked back above. So, what could we see here on gold? Yeah, someone said, is there a head and shoulders on the hourly? Yes, I do. I can see that. Left shoulder, there's your head, there's your right shoulder. Could you come down and sell off into these Asia lows, back down to this liquidity level, back down into 3,900? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely possible. What's also possible before that is a potential liquidity spike back up into 4,000 before potentially getting short. So we have two pretty decent liquidity levels here now on gold. We have a very nice double bottom down here to the lows. We also have a very nice high. Now, why is this high a level of interest? Well, you can kind of see here, you never really wicked out the highs before selling off. What do we know gold absolutely loves to do? Loves to come up, wick the highs, and then it sells off. Comes up, wicks the highs, then it sells off. We haven't really done that here yet. And you also haven't done it to the downside. So there is potential for intraday longs before potentially getting short here. I say potential because we'll just react to whichever way the markets break out. If we start breaking to the downside, cool, we'll look to go short. If we break to the upside, cool, we'll look to go long. We'll stay as reactive and as neutral as possible. Yeah, rollover means sell off. Yeah, he had a decent rollover yesterday, meaning yeah, you had a pretty decent sell off. So let's have a look here. You had a pretty decent run up here in Asia. I don't get these fake out buys in Asia. Look at that nice fake out buy. Didn't grab the low, so it would have been a bit tough, but you had a nice fake out buy there. Spot chart has taken the low you've marked on. Has it? Spot chart has taken these lows? If it has, then that is also not a level of interest. The spot has taken it out. Let's have a look. Let me see. It's all going on the different charts today. Yep. Great spot. Yes, it has, Tom. Yep, it has. So, again, reason to watch the both. I probably should have both up here today. You can see here. See the spot chart here has actually grabbed that liquidity. So that probably gives me more conviction that gold actually might come for a little bit of a pullback because you grabbed the lows, you pushed higher. Although you haven't grabbed the lows in the futures chart, if the currencies grab the lows, then the futures chart can leave that double bottom. Gold still could push up. So that fake out buy in Asia from here actually was very nice because if you're watching the spot chart, the liquidity had been taken. That was a great buy. So therefore, for London, I would like to see if we can take this higher. Take this higher for an intraday push up before we get short. Yeah, they're very... To be honest, I haven't really been watching the currency chart much recently because they have both been so similar. But then when you see things like this, it's very important to look at both. Exactly the same way that, you guys know that we trade into these liquidity levels. So if you were shorting this on gold, The second you hit these lows in the currency chart, you'd be closing your futures trade. So it's very, very, very important. So we'll get rid of that. Liquidity has been taken there. So that just leaves the upside here on gold. Your tag and lows, if you can break back higher here, potential London longs back up into 4,000 before we then get short. Yeah, no, yeah, mine's the same as yours, Chris. Yeah, mine's the same as yours. Mine hasn't been taken. So these lows aren't of interest yet. Unless we close back local, we can short. I like this London long here, guys. It may shape up pretty soon, so I kind of want to get ready for this. Up into these highs, we have a nice 270 tick range. These ranges are huge, guys. 270 ticks into a liquidity level back up into 4,000 is a very, 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 very nice area. And then, like I say, you know, anything above these highs, anything above 4,000 could bring in some overall downside. The chart on the micros looks so different on the last daily candles. There's completely different volume in the micros chart, so yeah, the micros chart will look different. Personally, I wouldn't do... If I trade on the micros, you know, I'll do my analysis here on GC, and then on this chart I'll have MGC for execution. So if you split the two charts like this, if you do your analysis here and you want to switch through to the other chart, I just click tab and then I'll do my, you know, execution here. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. All right, whoever asked that question, you owe me $2. Lucky that was on micros. Yeah, who asked me that? Yeah, you asked me. Someone owes me $2 here. $2.24 actually. Yeah, you owe me $2. So ignore that. Good thing it was the micros. But yeah, I use this chart to do my execution, and then I'll use this chart for the analysis. So yeah, stick to the GC chart for the analysis. Revenge trading time. Need to get that $2 back. I can't ruin my beautiful equity curve. Look what you've done. Look at this. Look at this now. How can I post this on social media? So yeah, we'll see what gold shapes up here, guys. The 15 has just broken back below. We do have London open in 15 minutes as well. Yeah, about to reject all-time highs and have a big pullback. Yeah, I know. Funny how you didn't say the Empire, but I did that. Ruining your winning day stats. The wizard on Photoshop, I have you covered. Yeah, thank you, man. I think I need it. So, where could we potentially get long here on gold? You may come down for a bit of a spike down into these levels before we get long. Or, potentially the break of this current high. If, you know, because I want to be as reactive as possible, if we start breaking back below, then yes, absolutely we can still go short. Shorts aren't off the cards for me. You know, this 4-hour time frame, you know, holding above 39.50, rejecting it, looks like we may squeeze higher. What's interesting here on this 4-hour time frame, though, previous 4-hour, is you never actually closed above the wick of the previous. This body here never closed above the wick of the previous, therefore you may find some resistance here. Typically, if you get a body closure above the wick, it's a good bullish sign that you continue pushing up. However, if you close bullish but fail to close above the highest point of the previous candle, there's usually some decent intraday resistance. So we have some intraday resistance here. We do also have some intraday support. That's why I think we want to be as reactive here as possible. The nice thing about trading today, as opposed to trading yesterday, at least we haven't had a crazy run already. So I think what we should do here is wait for this London open here on gold. Anything can happen in 12 minutes. If we start to wake back above, we could have some nice longs. If we close back local, we could also have some nice shorts. Now, with that being said, let's have a look at NQ, guys. NQ's been on some very nice runs as well. Very, very nice runs. Looks like you had a very aggressive day off the back of FOMC yesterday, which I don't believe there is too much on the calendar today. I don't think there's too much on the calendar for this whole entire week, actually. For the rest of the week, anyway. Got some ECB news today. For you guys who are trading the euro. Morning, guys. Good morning, man. Good morning. Got some Fed news. Yes, you do have Amazon earnings today. You do have Amazon earnings. I am long Amazon. I have been long Amazon for quite some time. Yeah, Amazon and Apple. I was in Apple. I'm fully out of Apple, but I am in Amazon. How did Amazon close yesterday? Yeah, Amazon breaking back high. Beautiful. Yeah, Google. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, Apple earnings as well. I think Apple hit some huge all-time highs. Yeah, Apple at 270, which is huge. Absolutely huge. Apple at 270 is massive. Was buying Apple back at where's Chow? Is Chow here? Chow, you here? Yeah, he's here. Me and Chow were buying Apple in Bali back down here. I actually posted that on Instagram as well. We were buying Apple all the way back down here. Got a very nice return in Apple. So we'll see Apple earnings today. Amazon earnings will be very big. And then tomorrow, US PC price index, and then final trading day of the month tomorrow as well, guys. Gold's trying to get a bit of a breakout here. So looking at this NQ chart, this looks very difficult to trade. This is not a market I would want to trade, to be honest, guys. Daily time frame here on NQ, you did just wick out yesterday's high. You know, it looks like we want to have a pullback here on NQ. But again, what looks like a pullback and what we should do are two very different things. Just because this looks like a pullback, does that mean I'm going to start getting short? Well, let's have a look. What's the intraday price action telling us? Well, this is the 4-hour time frame here. So let's bring on our key levels here a little bit more. I'm going to adapt these a little bit. Let's adjust these levels a little bit. So let's bring this to 26,000 here, and we'll bring this level here to, where do we have? 26.4. It's a pretty nice level. I'm going to adjust that low level a little bit. And here, 26.1 was a nice buy target this week. It's kind of acting as a nice support now. So yeah, NQ do have a very big range here. Look at this 4-hour time frame, guys. Look at the price action. Wicking the highs, wicking the lows, bullish, wicking the highs, wicking the lows, closing back within the range again. So don't get too chopped up on NQ. Always remember, guys, zoom out to your higher time frame before you start dropping down to, you know, your 5-minute, your 1 minute, 10-minute, 15. Always try and understand what's that higher time frame doing. Because if you ignore the higher time frame and you just drop down straight to the 5 minutes, like, yeah, there'll be loads of potential trades in here, but you want to be looking for quality over quantity. And you could get, like, here, you could get caught up in this, and not only is this going to cost you a lot of money, it's also incredibly mentally draining. So not only will you lose money trying to trade these ranges, you will also bring in a lot of tilt, bring in a lot of hope, bring in a lot of greed, because price ends up not doing what you want. And some of the worst trades are when you kind of sit in a market that just goes absolutely sideways. And they're always the trades that you know you shouldn't be in the first place. So whenever you see a market like this on NQ, guess what? Look for something else, because there's plenty of other opportunities out there. Like I say, I do like NQ to have a bit of a pullback, but what I like to see and what the market's going to do are two very different things. Right now, you know, we're holding huge support, we're holding huge resistance, so yeah, you'd want to see more of a breakout. Like I say, I think gold is going to give much nicer opportunities in the NQ. Gold having a decent squeezing, guys. If we break out on this hourly closure back below, there's a potential for shorts. You broke above, bearish, bullish. If you close back bearish, cool, then you can potentially short it. Yeah, 5 minute. Yeah, 5 minute does look very choppy. I mean, you can have a nice little, you know, nice little intraday structure here. You came down, tagged the lows, broke above. I would say if I was looking at this, not that I want to give much analysis here, but I would say you could potentially come up and retag these highs here at 26.330. Potentially, I say potentially because it's that choppy that it's not really worth putting too much focus on. So we got London Open in about 8 minutes here as well, guys. If we do get this breakout on gold, fantastic, we'll short it. But let's see if we can actually break this support here. Break this support with volume, and then great. We'll see if we can make back our $2. But in the last couple of minutes here on gold, as we know, anything can happen. Gold can go from looking so bearish. Last couple of minutes on the hourly, you can wick right back above. There's also not much of a top wick here in the 15 either. Just arrived. Good morning, man. Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back. And remember, guys, we are coming very close to month end. Very, very close to month end. So it's always good just to have a quick look and look at your monthly candle closures and just see how we're looking. And also look at your performance for the month. You know, if you've had a good month, you've made some money, amazing. Don't, you know, I'll still trade here today, but for you guys, don't force trades on the final 2 trading days of the month and give back all of your hard work and gains. Now, for you guys who trade the euro, we do have the ECB press conference today at 1:45 London time. So, how did the euro react off FOMC? Let's have a look here. You've been stuck in this crazy range here. Oh, did you come down and go? Oh, look at that, guys! Wow, look at that! Look at that! This was our liquidity level for the euro. Now, I don't trade the euro, but look at that! Absolutely huge sell-off with FOMC. Look at that for a short on the euro. Came down, wicked out these major lows, which is the level that we spoke about pretty much all week. The reason I was looking to short into these lows is because you had a huge trend line coming up. So what does that trend line mean? It means a lot of people jump in these longs where they set their stops just down below here. So what does price do? Loves to come down, tag the lows, and then instantly breaks right back above. So huge. These liquidity levels have been playing very well in the euro. Very well. I don't day trade the euro. I kind of have steered away from currencies, but still, for you guys who do trade it, these levels hit very well. And the euro moves. Same as gold. You know, you come down, you tag the lows, you have the push. Down, tag the lows, have the push. Come up, tag the highs, have the push. So follows the same principles very well. Except the only thing is you need to let euro trades breathe a lot more. I find it very hard to sit there and want to scalp the 5 minute. You'd have to kind of maybe execute and hold it for like, 2 to 3 to 4 hours. But daily time frame here on the euro, you are stuck in this daily range. However, yesterday did close very bearish. Yesterday closed very bearish, and this monthly time frame is looking like we're going to leave a big evening star play. Grabbing the highs, big evening star. You close bearish here in October, you could get some pretty decent selling on the euro. So personally, I would look to continue selling this. The only thing with shorting it right now is, shorting it yesterday, you had clear targets. Look at this. Shorting it here, you have clear targets. Right now, you don't really have any targets. So I would be careful trying to trade this, not only with no downside targets, but with the ECB press conference coming in at 1:45 today as well. That'll be very big news for the euro. So I'd absolutely stay active for trading this. You had some yen news overnight as well. Bank of Japan press conference. We don't look at that too much, but we can have a look. Gold trying to hold up a bit here, guys. I do like these. I do like these longs. You kind of see gold kind of squeezing a bit here, like this. So what if we're gonna have a big fake out before we have the real move? Could we come down, grab some lows, and then we see the longs, or could we grab the highs and then we see the shorts? Let's see. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the yen. What did the yen do with that news? Look at that huge sell-off on the yen. Yeah, big news at 3 AM London time. So yeah, huge sell-off on the yen. I don't trade the yen, but a very big sell-off. Yeah, I don't trade FOMC. Yeah, I mean, it's good to not trade FOMC, to be honest, man. Like if you called a nice short on the euro, like we called these nice shorts on the euro, but if you don't trade FOMC, but you were able to see that these levels needed to be grabbed, that's still a win. Good job. And you also followed your plan of not trading FOMC, which is a very smart thing to do. So you stayed disciplined. You followed your plan. Don't worry about how much you could have made. Take pride off the fact that you decided to sit it out. You protected your capital. That's an absolute win. If you had lost a lot of money trading FOMC yesterday, you'd probably be kicking yourself a lot more. So take the win that you stayed disciplined, you followed the plan. To be honest, like Andy said, if you're still here, Andy, trading the day after FOMC can actually be very good. So don't really worry too much about missing an FOMC trade. You're not here to trade FOMC trade. You're here to do what works consistently. And sometimes, oh, there you go, cool. You just grab these lows here, guys. Let's see if we're going to close below here, or we're going to wick back above. Any early buyers here have just got squeezed out. So if we can pull back, we'll see if we can short it, depending on how this 15-minute closes. Because it's looking like we're wicking these lows. Where would we come to next? Like the highs. Could we come down and tag these lows? Possible. We'll see how this hourly candle closes. We've got London open about 1 minute here, guys. 1 minute. Let me see here, guys. Let's have a look. So the 15-minute obviously is looking like it wants to hold some support. But remember, this is the open of the hourly, and this is potentially going to be the close. So how's that hourly going to be looking? Well, it's going to be looking something like this. So therefore, the hourly is still going to be closing pretty bearish. So always try and picture in the back of your mind, how could that higher time frame look? Well, here's the open of the hour. Here's going to be the close. Well, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty bearish hourly closure. Let's have a look. Yes, very bearish. So don't get too trapped in on a 15-minute time frame. So with this hourly closing bearish, closing back below support, there is the potential to see if we can take this lower. Maybe get short above some 15 highs. Let's have a look. I will trade the micros here, guys. I'll probably trade micros until the end of the month. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Any other instruments you guys are looking at? You know, feel free. We can send over. We're going to get the hourly closure here in 13 seconds. London Open coming in. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Good morning. Do you agree that too many excuses during the month to not trade properly? Too many take care, like it's Monday, it's Friday. Yes. Yeah, to a degree, yes. Yeah, I mean, other than, you know, major news events, yes, but like, you know, not trading Mondays or not trading because it's Fridays or not trading because it's Sunday, yeah, it's to me it is. It's more of a psychological thing. Yeah, it can be too many excuses, yeah, absolutely. Oh, look at this. You just grabbed the lowest held support there. You're wicking straight back above here, guys. Wow, look at this hourly time frame. Good morning, Hamza. Good morning, man. Look at the hourly time frame here, guys. So you didn't actually close below those. You wicked them out, held straight back above. Instant top wick here on the hourly time frame. 15-minute morning star shape it up here. And the reason I'm not long on this right now is because that hourly is still closed bearish. But if we close bullish here, yeah, I wouldn't mind see if we can take it. Yeah, no, Sean, yeah, you do have very nice upside targets. I'm wondering if this is potentially where you've came down. You know, any early buyers have just been squeezed out. You start to close back above, then cool, you could see if you can get the longs. So for longs here, for me, given the hourly's closed bearish, I probably just want to see a little bit of a breakout here. Because you have just closed bearish on the hourly. So I want to see a little bit of a breakout. Probably back above here. Yeah, nice, sure, nice. Yeah, I like this one. You do have very nice targets, 4-hour highs. Yeah, so much resistance above. That's the only concern. So it's okay to buy here though if you are long here. You know, if you're trading like this, you're trying to get it back up into these highs. That's fine. I would just say as soon as you hit this resistance, you'd look to manage because the hourly did still close bearish. It's still intraday resistance. Yeah, I can as well, to be honest. I like this if we can get back above. Play these longs. We got the London Open here as well, guys. London Open here as well. See NQ. NQ trying to tag the highs. How do you close on the hourly? Nice and tag the lows bullish. So yeah, NQ could come and squeeze the highs. See if Goldie can get back above here, guys. See if we get these longs. You get the closure above here. You know, you're talking 160 to 200 tick range. So to me, it's worth the wait to get the closure above. And we'll see what London gives us, guys. At least we, you know, like I say, at least like today for London, we haven't jumped on and already seen like a, you know, 300 plus tick move. By the time we jumped on London yesterday, where is it here? You know, gold was already up, what, 600 ticks? So at least today we're not having a huge move just yet. If you re-break these lows here on gold, there's definitely opportunity to also short. If you re-break the lows, you don't have to, but if you do, there is also potential to short. Any of you guys trade Asia today? Looks like Asia had some pretty decent moves again. Look at this massive run in Asia. Huge run Asia. Came down, grabbed the lows. Massive run. Asia's been having some crazy, crazy moves. You did, nice. Took some sales, cool. Where did you get short, man? Did you take this short? Take this short down. Short down into the lows. Nice. Ah, man, you get great shorts. Shorts into the lows in Asia. 400 ticks. Tagged lows, break back above. 500 ticks. Asia's been having some crazy moves, guys. Crazy, crazy moves. The past week or two, I'd say nicer moves than London. London's been having great moves as well, but they've kind of more so been coming more to like 9 to 10 to 11 a.m. 2 trades in Asia. Nice. It's nice. Yep, I like that short, man. What time frame's that? I like that short. Oh, I'm trying, Brad. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. We're trying. Hourly, yes. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. If we start breaking some lows here, guys, there's potential to short. Remember, the hourly did still close bearish. Hourly has still closed bearish. Look at this big resistance to the left, a big support. This long? Oh, you guys who got this long here. This was a fantastic long. What's nice here is you came down, you grabbed these lows. Not on the futures chart, but on the currency, you grabbed these lows. You had your liquidity grab. You had your break back above. And it had an absolutely beautiful run. Beautiful, beautiful run. Let's have a look, you guys. There we go. Let's change this to ticks. If I do get long or short here on gold, guys, I am going to be trading micros. Let's see. We start closing back below, I'll get short. Let's go 5 minute here, 15 here. Let's have a look. So you got big resistance here, big support here. The reason I would sell into the support is because the hourly did still close bearish. So potential 5 minute fake out here. 5 minute fake out, but in confluence with following the hourly time frame. And you say the previous hourly closed bearish. Is the reason you're wanting this 15 to close bullish because it would give you 2 bullish 15-minute candles? Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to trade against the fact that the hourly has closed bearish, then I want to see some signs of intraday bullishness to potentially confirm that the hourly bearish closure could be a fake out. So if I look at this hourly time frame here, you know, the hourly just closed bearish. It's like, yeah, we are right at support. But if I'm going to trade against the fact that we did still close bearish and we're in a little bit of a range, I more so just want to see an intraday breakout and volume, and then I'll get my trade. Because you kind of see you got big resistance here. So if I start buying here and gold just starts dipping back down, I'm going to look back at this trade and go, well, why did I buy there? The hourly closed bearish, you're back at resistance. I bought here just because I wanted price to go up. So I'm trying not to trade what I want to see and what's right in front of me. Like, I would love to buy this up right now, but it's just one of them trades where if I do buy this, I'll look back at this hourly time frame and go, well, why did I buy it? Not only are you in an hourly range, but you hadn't yet closed above on the intraday. So I just want some intraday bullishness and, more importantly, volume to want to trade against this. So not only did it close bearish, you can kind of see you've been bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. A little bit of chop here. So I want to see a breakout and I want to see some volume, and then I'll give my trade a chance. I can justify longs against this hourly if I get more of a 15 breakout. And we do have nice liquidity targets. So there's a few different reasons, but we got 7 minutes here. 5 minutes kind of nice and bullish here. It's looking like we're going to get above, but remember, that's what gold loves to do. It looks like it wants to get above, but until it closes, anything can happen. Off to work now. Have a good one first. Nice one, Damon. Appreciate you tuning in, man. See you next time. See you next time, man. And if we close bullish here, it would kind of confirm more of a morning star play. Confirm the morning star, confirm a breakout. Cool. Now we can take our trade. And it's the first 15 close of the London Open as well. But yeah, actual London Open has been a little bit quiet recently. But that's why I say to you guys, you know, it's keep these levels on your charts and see how they play out for the day. Best way to ask for a payout from Topstep if you're in the UK. Do I need to set up a Wise account? You can. I do both. I do Wise and I can do it to a travel card such as Revolut where I can hold USD as well. Wise is much quicker and easier, but you can do either or. I do both. Most of the time I have done the wire transfer, but yesterday I did Wise and I requested the payout. Let me see. I believe I took a payout last night and it was in my Wise by this morning. Let me see. Yeah, so last night at 5 p.m. I requested a $3,000 payout. Well, by 10 p.m., so 5 hours later, the money was already sent. So from Wise, I had it in 4 hours. $3,000 in 4 hours. Which is pretty good. Last time I did the Wise transfer, I did a wire transfer on the 14th. I submitted it on the 14th of October at 5 o'clock. The funds were sent 2 days later. 3 days later. Well, I think that was over the weekend actually. When was the 14th? No, I requested it on Tuesday. I got it by Friday. So by wire, it takes a couple more days. But Wise was, literally, I took out 3,000 last night. It was in my account by 10 p.m. So yeah, Wise is pretty good. I'd never really used Wise before because you don't really hear about it in the UK and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty convenient. I use it for quite a few things now. Let's see, you guys. We've got 5 minutes till this 15 is going to break out here. See if we're going to close above or we're going to hold back below. I would love to see this break back higher, but again, let's see here. Look at this big resistance to the left here, guys. Why is it so great? Super fast. Yeah, super fast. So fast. Literally a couple of hours. But to me, I don't really... To be honest, even if it takes a couple of days, personally, I don't really mind. People get annoyed if it doesn't come through within like a day. I'm like, I don't really care. If it comes through in 2-3 days, who cares? But yeah, Wise is convenient. Very convenient. If it's your first time taking the payout, then you obviously got to remember you fill in the forms correctly, so it may take a little bit longer. But then once you're all set up, yeah, you're getting paid in a couple of hours, which is amazing. Amazing. So I've taken 2 payouts for this month so far, and I have another account that I could take out another 3,000 from. Do you always form your decisions based on hourly candle closures? Do you consider 15? Yeah, I will. Oh, look at this, guys. I might get a nice breakout here. My bias is based off the hourly time frame, but my trading when we're here together is usually off the 5 minute. But my trading direction is based off the 30-minute and hourly, and then 5 minute purely for execution. So it's looking like we're going to get back above here, guys. I'm going to trade this small because you're pretty high now, but let's see. Looking like we're going to get nicely back above. You doing your long, Sean? Look at this nice morning star play, break it out. Quick pullback, and I'll see if we get long here. It's going to be a trade that's going to need some breathing room, guys. Remember, these ranges are pretty big, so you're going to be risking like around 100 ticks to see if you can make 150 to 200 back up into 4,000. Nice, nice, nice. Still in the longs, nice, good man. Let me just grab a drink here, guys. 2 seconds. Alright, 2 minutes till this 15's closing in, guys. We came down, grabbed the lows, we broke out here, cool. We'll see if we can take it. Oh, look at this though. Let's wait for the candle close. Let's wait for the candle close. Look, here's the left. What we do on this 5 minute? Where are we? Major resistance. But the nice thing about trading here on gold is we do have very nice targets. So yes, it's a little bit risky buying against that hourly, but we do have very nice targets. So I think the risk to reward would be worth it. So I may start off with you get a bottom wick here on gold. I might start off with a small position. manage off any closure back below, let's say 75-ish. Say small position, like 1 or 2 micros, we'll see. So I want this 15 to open with an instant bottom wick and see if we get long. One to two minis. Yeah, one to two micros. Not 1 to 2 minis. Oh, we're not full porting it here today. Not full porting it here on a Thursday morning. Let's see here, guys. 1 minute till this 15 is going to close. If this closes bearish on this 5 minute, we'll have to wait. Take us through your thoughts, which account you trade and when to use another account. I mean, the account we're trading here is my main London account. This is my main account I'm trading. If I want to trade New York, maybe I'll move to a different one. If I want to trade NQ, then maybe I'll look at a different different account. I'm mainly trying to trade this major account though. This is the main account here. I might take some riskier setups on some other accounts that maybe have different balances, different buffers. I might copy trade some of them as well, which is kind of what I'm trying to do most of the time. Copy trade maybe like 1 to 2. But I'm trying to mainly use this one in London as much as we can. So 15 closed bullish there, guys. Coming down for a bit of a bottom wick. Didn't quite get back above that resistance. So what do we have here? Let's zoom out here for a second. Kind of got big resistance, big support, trying to get back above. I'm a huge fan of this trade, guys. If we can pull back and grab some lows, maybe I'll consider it, but I'm not a huge fan of chasing this. I'm buying here. I'm going to be risking somewhere here. 1 to 1, 1 to 2 to 4,000, nice 1 to 2. But yeah, that's just what I do personally. For you guys who are, if you're trying to get consistent, you're trying to get payouts, don't worry too much about trying to trade multiple accounts at complete different times. Just focus on the consistency. That's why I mainly show you guys this account, to show you the consistency and the stats. Oh, look at that. So this month on this one account, we're up a nice 4.7 thousand, which is very nice. So that's really what you want to be focusing on. Getting consistent on the one, taking a couple of payouts before you even consider adding more accounts. Tough little range. Yeah, it is a tough little range. I like these longs up into this trend line, up into these highs. I just don't like this resistance. I also don't like the hourly closing bearish. Maybe yeah, definitely, yep, definitely. Maybe a 30-minute fake out, absolutely. I'm kind of looking at this here on the 5 minute, and keeping in the back of mind the hourly close bearish. You've got resistance here, you got support there. Like, is this going to hold as a head and shoulders? You're going to squeeze lower. Is this going to hold as support? You're going to break higher. It's a big. I think it's going to break higher, but again, it's still big resistance. Copy trade to one of my exit Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. You're re-breaking the 15 highs here, guys. I hope you don't just rip. If the 5 minute breaks above, let me see if I can. I'm going to take a little small bit here. Let's see if we can take a little small bit. If we close above, then we'll see if we can take a little bit more. 5 minute trying to get back above here. Let's see if we can. We're trying to take us all the way back up into 4,000. If we do close above, I'll see if we can get a little bit more. So now I can be risking off here. It's about 50-ish. Well, and yes, for one micro, guys, so I'm risking like $70 here. If we close above, I would like to enter in more. Reject these highs here, bring in more sellers. I will add more at a pullback. But there's some pretty decent volume here. Do you think 100k account offers better value for money or 150? To be honest, I like the 50s, to be honest. I like the 50s. I trade the hundreds, but to be honest, with how big the ranges have been on gold, you could be trading like 2 to 3 micros and be making great money. So you don't even need to be trading even 100, 150. Like, you guys can get great consistent payouts trading the 50s for sure. With these ranges being so big, yeah, you could trade 2 to 3 micros and be making great money. You know, if you trade 2 to 3 micros here, gold pushes up into 4,000. 200 ticks is like, well, 1 micro, that's $200. 2, 400, 3, 600. Like that's these ranges are absolutely huge. So to be honest, I think for you guys the 50s are good. I personally I like the hundreds. There you go. So I got my hundreds here. I like trading the hundreds personally, but I could trade the 50s as well. It doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, 4K on the futures. It does look nice. If this 15 can close above here, that will be that 30-minute fake out, and I'll pull back. I will add more. So you're trying to get that 30-minute closure back above. So this 15-minute closure here is going to be very important. If we wick out the previous 15 highs and fail to close above, you know, I could potentially manage pretty quick. For this trade to be valid, this 15 would have to close above here. If we close above, like I say, I will add more. But right now, I'm risking, let's say, $90. But yeah, this 30-minute fake out could be the good play here. What time is it? 8:19. So we've got 30-minute close coming up in about 10 minutes here. Remember, this is a trade that I think, you know, a lot of people are trying to short here. The more reason I like to see this buy higher. There's not a whole heap of volume here, so you do kind of want to let the trade breathe a little bit. But this, as long as we hold above here, yeah, I like it to come up and squeeze this trend line. I will only add on a 15 closure, guys, not on this 5-minute. 5 minutes broken above, but I'm not going to add on the 5. I want to add on a 15. 15 and 30. See if we can get that volume, Goldie. NQ come for the highs. Look at that. NQ is not coming for the highs. Tagged some highs here, held the resistance, squeezing back lower. Closure back above, let's say 2670, 275. You could get some nice longs on NQ. But right now, NQ's in a tough range as well. Yeah, 4K. Yeah, I do like longs into 4K today. What's your longest trade ever in front of the screen? Longest trade ever in front of the screen. You mean like not leaving and just sitting there watching it? Because I swing trade. I used to swing trade, but in terms of actually sitting there and watching it, honestly, not that long. Like maybe, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours maybe. When I was swing trading, I'd hold my trades for like a couple of days, but I wouldn't actually be sitting there watching it. I try not to sit here and watch it too much. Obviously, I love to do it when I'm, you know, on here with you guys, but when I'm not, I'm trying to manage off 30-minute closures and kind of letting the candle closes come to me. One of the longest, one of the longest holds I had, I made a YouTube video about, I can't remember which one. It was when I was like about minus, I don't know, 14 or 15,000 on my personal, off a really stupid decision that was a big lesson. Let me see if I can find it. I don't remember when it was. That was probably one of the biggest losses. Here, let me see, was it in this one? This was one of mine. Where is it? I think it was this one. Was it this one? No, there was a video I made where I showed my biggest lesson / loss. I can't remember which one it was. I was just holding on to a losing trade just for too long, and that was probably the biggest one. I can't remember when it was. I definitely made a video about it, but I can't remember. I'll have to see if I can find it for tomorrow. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, it was like one night in Australia, trying to trade New York session at like 10 o'clock at night, and I was like in like 15,000 worth of drawdown on my personal. That was probably the longest one, to be honest. I can't remember where it was. It's in there somewhere. But yeah, that was probably the longest time on the charts. staying up till like 12 to 1 a.m. trying to get out of this damn gold trade. Yeah, felt long. Yeah, I don't know how long it actually was, but it sure definitely felt long. Especially when I was trying to trade New York at like 10 o'clock at night, just sat in stupid drawdown. I can't remember. It's on there somewhere. I wish I could find it and show you guys, but it's on there somewhere. I can't remember which one it was. I'll try and find it for tomorrow. I'll find it for tomorrow. Yeah, literally bad, yeah. So 15-minute wick in the highs here, failing to close above here, guys. We've got 5 minutes until this candle's going to close. Let's see if we can close above this high or not. If we fail to close above this resistance, I will cut the trade at like $30 to $50. And I won't be adding into the trade. If you're not sure, would you? Yes, 100%, Brad. I wouldn't even be taking it right now. I'd be waiting for that 30-minute closure above, and then I would take it. Yeah, hard to stay away from all sessions in the winter. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Find it easier for me to get into a trade and leave my computer. Yes, definitely. Otherwise, I micromanage and usually get myself out early in the fear of going from green to red. Yes, 100%. It's very important to him. Candle closures on gold are so key, and that's what gold loves to do. It loves to scave out the position before the candle closes. You know, you cut the trade, the candle closure does exactly what you want. Exactly what you want. How long did it take you to trade without emotion and trusting your setups? Quite some time, to be honest. For like 2 to 3 years, I guess. I was kind of thinking about this last night, actually. Last night, I took a very nice gold short and made 4,000 on one trade, which I should probably post to Twitter so you guys can see. I haven't posted it yet. I made like 4,000 in a single gold trade last night, and yeah, that also made me realize that like I felt absolutely nothing, which I guess it's good, but it's also like a bit sad because like I remember like back in my early days, like if I made 4,000 in a trade, I was like, man, this is incredible. Like I've just made this in a single trade. Like I can go do this, this, and this, and now it's just like, yeah, it doesn't really feel anything. Like I said, it's good, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of, not that I miss that feeling, but yeah, it's weird what trading kind of does to you from that sense that it does make you perceive money in an extremely different way. So this is the I'll post this after, but this is the trade from yesterday. I don't know if you guys can see, but yeah, we made a nice can you see? Made a nice 4,000 in a single trade yesterday, short in gold. And yeah, I felt absolutely zero. Felt absolutely zero. So it takes a long time. It takes a long time of a lot of losses and a lot of lessons. Gold breaking out here, guys. If we bottom wick on this next 15, I may see if I can get along. I might add a little bit here. Actually, I think we're gonna have a nice. We can see if we can have a nice squeeze here. 15's looking like we're gonna break above. You're gonna get that 30-minute fake out. If we pull back, great. I would like to see if I get in for maybe about 3. Risk $300 ish. Yes, it was. Yeah, FMC man. Yeah. Send me the 4K set. Thoughts on setting and forgetting? I mean, setting and forgetting. Setting and forgetting. I don't like that saying, but setting and forgetting to a degree. Like, I'll trade off like 30-minute time frame. And I'll just leave it until the candles close. I don't forget though. I wish I could. I don't forget. But yeah, I will set my alerts. I don't really believe too much in, you got your entry, you got your stop, just walk away and just let it do whatever and just kind of not really care too much. Because then you can end up just taking stupid trades that you're like, I'm just going to forget and I don't really care and I'm not going to manage it and I'm not going to close partials and I'm not going to manage my risk. So to a degree, yes. Nice. I actually, because I'm me after 2 hours of watching candles up and down, I start to talk to gold like he's a human. Time to leave and make some push-ups and burpees. You start to talk to gold. You start telling gold to go up or start telling gold to go down. How do you mean you talk to gold? Like you ask how its day's been? Yeah, if you start talking to the markets, then you know, yeah, you've probably been on it for a little bit too long, and it might be time for a break. Yeah, start whispering to gold. Yeah, maybe you're the gold whisperer. No, yeah, it's normal to be confused. If you're only a couple of days in, yeah, absolutely. Keep the reason we do is live stream so you can keep watching it and keep listening to what I'm saying. That it will eventually make more sense, and especially if we get out of the trade and make money, I will explain the reasons behind the trade. But yeah, it's okay to be confused. Yeah, it takes time, but I promise you, just listening in and just not even taking the trades, but just listening, you will pick it up way quicker than watching videos. Yeah, give it a month. Yeah, be there. Absolutely, Brad. Yeah, I'll probably start talking to the markets at some point as well. Yeah, that's one of the worst things you do is like when you're in a trade you shouldn't be in, and you start asking the markets to go up or down as if they as if they can hear us, as if they care about our opinions. That's when you should definitely be out of the trade. And if you haven't done that at some point, you will definitely do that. I have absolutely done that. I've been in a trade, I'm like, oh, please just go down. It's like, it's so illogical that you just should absolutely walk away. All right, guys, 30-minute closure coming in here. So gold closing nice above this major resistance. You're coming down for a nice bottom wick here. I'm going to add a little bit more here, guys. I'm going to add in 3 here. You just closed nice back above. So to me, there's no reason why we shouldn't squeeze this resistance. Squeeze out any early sellers. So for me, an exit on this trade will be around 39.80. My hard stop here is to keep me safe, but my closure will be around 30 to 40-ish ticks. And we're trying to squeeze this, see if we can squeeze this back up into like 4,000. So I'm going to let this breathe, guys. It does have to be a trade where I want to just hold this until 30 candle closes. But to me, this looks like a very nice level where you could be getting a lot of people trying to short it here, risking off this 430 candle high, trying to get this big short. And I think we could see gold squeeze back up into that 4,000 region. You just had that 30-minute fake out confirmation. You closed nice above. Look, see my average entry, if I just wait for that 30 close, I could have just got the same trade. So candle closures are absolutely key here, guys. Any closure back below, again, I need to give this a little bit of breathing room. I'm not going to micromanage this, but any closure back below, let's say about 39.8, 39.81 to 82-ish would be a good exit for me on this trade. Yeah, ticks are better to use on gold, yep. Average tick move, well, if we measure this move up here on gold, if this comes up into these highs, 130 ticks, one contract's $1,300. One micro, 130. So yeah, measuring ticks is much better on gold. I like to measure gold in ticks. How much are we actually risking here, guys? Let's have a look. Let's change this to dollars. Let's have a look here. How much are we risking on this trade? So any closure back below here, we're risking about maybe 150 to 160-ish. Obviously my stop's down here to keep me safe, but that's not where I would let my trade go. I would cut it way before that. And we're trying to play this all the way back up into like 4,000. So we're risking somewhere around 150, 200, see if we can make 480 to 500. If this 30 starts to re-break the high, we should be good to push. If we close back below, we can exit pretty quick. If gold, yeah, that's a great point, man. Yeah, if gold doesn't push, then we will ask very politely if it can go higher. We'll start talking to gold, yeah. We'll start asking gold, please go higher. Don't ask, beg. Yeah, start blowing on the screen. See if you can push it higher. 5-minute closure doesn't really matter too much to me here, guys. It'll be a 15 closure. 15 close back below, I'll exit straight away. 5-minute closure, I don't really care too much about, guys. I'm not looking to micromanage this off the 5. It's any 15 and 30 minute closure back below here would be an exit. So don't worry too much about this. You sell the magnet. If we don't grab it from here, and it does take some time and it does continue to range, because remember this hourly is still bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Be watching these highs for the rest of the day, because I still believe this is going to be a very nice target here today. You get a lot of people trying to short here, risking off that high. So whether it comes in the next 26 minutes, fantastic. If not, this will still be a great target into the rest of the day. 4,000 looks nice to me. 4 hour on the spots nearly flipping. What does it look like here in the futures? Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look at the futures. Yeah, this looks good. Come up and squeeze that previous 4 hour. You broke above, you held it, you closed bullish. So yeah, do you want to see if this can squeeze? As per experience, which time frame fake out or breakout is more reliable? 30-minute and hourly. 30-minute and hourly are the most reliable time frames on gold. You get fantastic trades trading them time frames, which you can kind of see here on gold. That's that 30-minute breakout. So you tagged the lows, you closed bullish, you engulfed the previous 30-minute candle. So that's my nice fake out and breakout. And now I want to see if we can take this higher. Anything lower can sometimes be a bit of noise. Sometimes even the 15 can be a bit noisy, to be honest. Especially not the 5-minute. Don't worry too much about 5-minute price action. 5 minutes purely just to press buy and sell based on what the higher time frames are telling you. But for me, if you can get good at reading the 30-minute and the hourly time frame, you will get fantastic trades. Fantastic trades. We may come down and squeeze some 5-minute lows before we get high here, guys. So you may have to give us a little bit of breathing room. Like I say, as long as you don't close back below on the 15, I'm happy to hold. If you close bearish on the 15 in 9 minutes, I'll close the trade straight away. But yeah, my 30-minute and where are we? 30-minute and hourly is my favorites. Hourly super consistent. It does obviously require more patience because you have to let the candles close. But when you do let them close, you get fantastic trades. Yeah, look at this 4 hour on the currency, guys. You guys who are on Zoom, you guys have a look at the currency chart if you have it open. Look at this 4 hour. So you came down, tagged lows, closed bullish above 39.50. Previous 4 hour came down, huge wick rejection, closed above. So in 24 minutes, when this 4 hour is going to close, I would like to see this 4 hour continue pushing up. And you have a decent amount of room here. You know, on the currency chart, you still have like 300 ticks worth of movement to come much higher. So 4 hour on the currency is also looking very nice. You just need to break this little hourly range here. Got shorts at 2 a.m. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, where am I? Wrong screen, guys. Where am I? There we go. 15 closure below, guys. I will close this somewhere around $150 to $200 if we don't drive. The dotted lines. This is just my liquidity levels. It's just a trend line that I've just changed, like this here. See, usually it will come like this, but I use these trend lines as my liquidity levels, like this. Sorry, not dotted, dashed. So when we do all of our liquidity levels on gold, I deleted them all today because we did some clean ones. But yeah, like see, like this. These are just what I use as a trend line for my liquidity levels. Like here, came down, grabbed the lows, closed bullish, and now you're trying to see if you can come to the next high. Yep, just create a third touch trend line as well. Yeah, exactly. But it's just a trade you need to give a little bit of breathing room. You may even if this 15 closes like this, the next 15 may come down, grab the lows, and then you may push. I would rather close and just wait to see if that happens, and then take a new trade from here to here. I don't want to hope that happens. If this 15 fails to close above, I will close this right away. Because you've closed nice above. If you start reclosing back below, then I don't want to get caught in here, and I'll cut it right away. Why not entering into a gold trade when it started to move with volume? That's what I did. That's what I did. As it started to break out, I took a first entry here, As it broke out again, I took a second entry here, and as it kind of came down a little bit, I took a third entry there. So that's yeah, that's what I did. I entered it with the volume. Now we just want to see if it can continue. Sorry if this is a stupid question. Hey man, there's no such thing as a stupid question here. You absolutely ask away. No such thing. How much stop loss should be given on average if we go to the 30-minute or hourly? Because stop loss will be wide in such case. You're the best. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, the stops will be bigger, but so will your reward be. So, you know, you might have a 100 tick stop, but you will ideally be looking for 200 tick target. And remember, there's a difference between a hard stop and an actual exit on a trade. You know, I'm like, for instance, right now, I have my hard stop here on gold. I will be closing this trade if we close below, like here right away. This hard stop here is just to keep me safe if anything crazy happens, which is absolutely possible. But for me, an exit on a trade is any closure back below. So yeah, you will definitely need a wider stop and smaller size trade in the hourly time frame. But you know, like I said, trading 2 to 3 micros, if not less, you can still get amazing rewards. So it works in both ways. You know, I see a lot of people talking themselves out of many of good trades just because they convince themselves that the stop loss is too big, only to watch price do exactly what they thought it would, and they end up missing hundreds of ticks. So it still comes down to risk to reward, you know. If the risk is higher, cool. The reward should be much higher. As long as you're going for a minimum, you know, 1 to 1, 1 to 2, fantastic. Nice 5-minute morning star play here, guys. See if this 5-minute flips bullish, then I can probably risk off that 5-minute low here. If this current 5-minute flips bullish, I will put my stop here at like risking $100. $100 at 3 micros for a 400 to 500 tick target is very good. But yeah, that's the only thing with trading the hourly. And like I say, I've seen it way too many times. People talk themselves out of a trade because they go, oh, well, I got a 100 tick stop, I don't like the trade. I'm like, well, what's your targets? Well, I'm like, oh, it's like 200 ticks. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. Just reduce the size. Explain oil. I do that all the time. Yeah, I see it way too often, and I don't really... I mean, I do understand it. I do, but it also doesn't make sense at the same time. It's like, why would you talk yourself... Like, again, I've done it. I've talked myself out of a trade because it's a 100 tick stop, and I end up missing out on like a 100 to 200 tick trade. I'm like, well, why did I not take that trade? What, because I thought the stop was too big? Was like, well, was the risk to reward there or not? Yeah, the risk to reward was there. Cool, take the trade. Stop trying to talk yourself out of a trade. If the trade is there, just take the trade. You have to have trust in your ability. Sometimes we always find excuses to not take trades, and we talk ourselves out of good trades. If the trade's there, the trade's setting up, you've got the plan, you've got the targets, you've got the volume, man, just take the trade. Take the trade, win or loss, who cares? We're going to learn something. Yeah, 4 hour on the currency is starting to break back bullish as well, you guys. Scream that at me every day moving forward. I got you, man. I got you. I got you. Exactly, Hamza. Exactly, man. So my stop loss is below this 5-minute low here, guys. Any break back below this low, I'll be exiting the trade. I'm still going to give it a little bit of room because the 15 is not closing as bullish. But my real stop will be somewhere around $100 now. So I'm risking about $100 to see if we can take this up for about 500. So a nice 1 to 5 risk to reward. The reason I'm not going to put it as a hard stop there is because I want to see how this 15 is going to close. But this trade isn't based off the 15. It's based off the hourly and the 30 minutes. So I have to give it a little bit of breathing room. Because that next 15 could still come down for a bottom wick and tag the lows before going higher. So I don't want to hunt the trade right when it could make sense. So this could easily happen here. Come down, wicks on 15 lows before you get back higher. Again, any closure below the level would be a good exit. As long as you don't close below it. Personally, guys, I'm happy to hold this trade. Don't think too much. Just let the trade do its thing. More, like I say, more rejection from this level to me is fantastic, because what does that bring in? Much more likely more people trying to short. Therefore, you're more likely to squeeze higher with volume. So these rejections to me looks like a trap to bring in more sellers. And as long as you haven't grabbed the highs, which I don't believe you have on the currency, I'm happy to hold this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set an alert at the highs in the currency. So when the currency hits the highs, I can start managing. There we go, job done. We just need to see some volume on Goldie. 1 minute here, guys, 1 minute. Can you tell the dollar amount on the tick move on gold? Yes, very easily actually. If you measure this move up here on gold, you look at this number here, this is the tick amount. So gold moves at $10 per tick. So if you trade 1 mini here on gold, 280 ticks, that's $2,800. At 1 micro, 280 ticks, $280. So it's actually very easy to quickly, that's one thing I always do, like I'll measure and I'll go, okay, cool, how much have we got from here to here? Oh, cool, we got 114 ticks. At 1 mini, $1,000. 1 micro, $100. Yeah, it's much more difficult in other markets, but yeah, gold is super quick and easy. Yeah, in gold, you can look at the points, but I don't really look at the points on gold. Like 12 points, I'd 120 ticks. Because the point values, you know, sometimes you can get a huge move on gold, but if you measure this, you go, well, it's only 30 points, but that's 300 ticks. That's huge, huge. Silver check, Aaron. What's that? Are we wrapping? Are we wrapping there? Silver check, Aaron. Mic check on silver. Yes, look at this on silver. This is doing exactly what we want gold to do. Look at this. This is exactly what we want gold to do. Silver is the play here. Look at this. This is beautiful. Came down, tagged the lows, closed back above. This is exactly what we're trying to get gold to wake up and do. This is beautiful. So mic check on silver is good. Yeah, this is beautiful. Yeah, literally sure. Yeah, silver's not very much to check though. Silver's had the push, but silver is doing exactly what we want to see here on gold. If you could have alert me, if we can go back an hour and you can alert me, then yeah, we can get long on silver. Gold looks like we may want to come down and tag these 15 lows here, guys. Let's see. You may wick down the lows. What did we just quickly spike? Little 5-minute flip there. 40 ticks. Yeah, I'm going to hold this, guys. Yeah, silver is having a very, very nice push. Basically what we want gold to do. What's nice about silver is you have the levels, which is exactly what we're saying on gold. Where do most people short? Most people short here. Risk off these highs here. Trying to get this play down. So what does silver do? Exactly the same as gold. Loves to come up and liquidate the highs. So we're trying to get the exact same thing here on gold. I mean, there's a little bit of correlation, but not enough to take intraday reliable trades to compare the both. For me personally, I just look at gold. You know, if gold hasn't grabbed these highs, it's not going to not grab the highs just because silver has. Gold still always grabs the liquidity. But maybe you could look at the two in terms of, you know, maybe silver shape it up nicer, so I might take silver over gold if you want to. Personally, I don't trade silver, but it's pretty nice to see that it was following the plan there. Come on, Goldie, where's that volume gone? Give us the volume. Yeah, there's not enough. Honestly, I don't correlate anything to gold. Gold is its own market that just moves so well in itself. I've tried to correlate to different things before, but I just end up confusing myself. And it's just, if I just get good at just reading gold, I don't need anything else. Different if you're trading like NQ. You know, if you're trading NQ, then yes, you absolutely have to correlate it to the ES. But for gold, yeah, just gold to good. I mean, I'll correlate it to the currency chart. But very, very briefly. Remember, guys, on the currency chart, you do have this 4-hour close coming in about 12 minutes as well. So the next 4 hour could come down for a bottom wick before going higher. So you kind of have to accept that. So you can't expect it to drive right away. Currency chart 4 hour is looking... It's looking okay. It's looking pretty bullish. I think you'd probably get a next bottom wick on the 4 hour before you squeeze the highs. But it's still looking good. I'm going to set my alert on the currency to just above the current 4-hour high. As soon as you start to break that, you'd probably want to manage the risk. Come on, Goldie, let's get that volume. Let's get that volume, Goldie. Remember, guys, my stop loss is around this 5-minute low here. If you break that, I'll close the trade. And by break it, I mean close below. I'll close. If we don't drive from here, we may get a bit of a, like I say, a 15-minute liquidity grab. Yeah. Yeah, when we're in it, just going sideways. Where did it go? Yeah. Should we start talking to it? Yeah, my stop loss is still closure. I think, to be honest, my stop loss is still closure back below this level here. You start closing back below here, I will look to exit. But what's also more important, to be honest, is if this 15 closes bearish, then that hourly will be failing to close above. So I really want to see this hourly close above. But look how messy this hourly time frame is here, guys. You're bullish, you're bearish, you're bullish, you're bearish, you're bullish. So I really want to see this hourly hold above to be able to hold this trade. So to me, a real exit is probably just going to be in 10 minutes. Personally, guys, I'm happy with the risk. I'm happy to hold it until this close. But yeah, you can see we are very messy here in the hourly time frame. Higher the time frame is more important. You can see we're very, very messy here. I do still like the longs. You know, the longs still make sense to me. But we do have to accept that we are in a little bit of a range. So if it does just mess around, we can't get frustrated. You can't start tilting it. You know, we decided to take the trade. Therefore, we have to accept the risk. That's why we're just waiting here on gold. We're just waiting. Spend too much time at the screen. Is there any good apps that could give me price alerts on my phone? Yes, I use alerts constantly. Hopefully TopstepX will have alerts at some point. I'm sure they'll be working on it behind the scenes. But yeah, you can absolutely use alerts. I use alerts on TradingView constantly. I always have alerts on TradingView because I need to know what price is doing, so I don't have to sit here and watch it. And yeah, exactly, Kate. Yeah, just start, you know, just wait for higher time frame candle closures. Kind of like this on gold. You could just wait for this hourly to close bullish, and then you could take the trade at 9 AM if you really wanted to. 100%. You should be, you know, you should honestly be spending 2 to 3 hours on the charts max. That you don't need any more than that. If you're spending more than that, you're spending too much time watching price go sideways. Oh, you could probably scan it. I think you meant you could scan markers in the high time, but you can scan it so it's a barcode. That's even better. But yeah, I use TradingView. Set alerts on TradingView. Yes, it comes onto your phone. You can even have it come through as a text and an email if you really want to. But yeah, I have the TradingView app, so when I set it on my phone, yeah, it goes off as soon as my alert goes off, or as soon as I get this hourly candle closure, I'll come back to my charts and then I'll jump on it. But right now, you know, when it's 8:51, it's like you're almost better just walking away for 10 minutes and waiting for the hourly to close. Obviously, I'm on stream with you guys, so I'm happy to sit here and watch it. But if I wasn't on here with you guys, I would literally be walking away till 9 AM, coming back. Did the hourly close good? Yes, cool. Let me hold the trade. Did it close bad? Yep, cool. Let me exit the trade. Multiple TP for this trade? Not really, to be honest. My main TP is these previous highs here. I've seen if we can break into 4,000. My management point would be this first liquidity level here, the second touch of the trend line. That would be my management. My TP would be around these highs here. Remember, you guys on YouTube, you have D coming on right after me as well. So if I can't continue to watch your trade, you guys know where we are targeting, you know where we're managing, and you know the whole entire reason behind the trade. You also know when to exit the trade as well. So, and I will post the outcome of my trade on Twitter as well, guys. So if you are on X, I will post this after as well. But if you save, oh yeah, let's do that. Look at that. If you are on X, remember, guys, drop me a follow at the Aaron Trades. Tag hashtag London Open. Yeah, definitely, Sean. Yep. Tag hashtag London Open at TopstepTV at the Aaron Trades, and I will post the outcome of the trade here as well. But we'll stick around for a little bit longer, guys. We'll see if we wake up. But if you guys on YouTube who, you know, are dropping off till D jumps on, you know, share some setups. Remember, tag hashtag London Open at TopstepTV as well. And I will see you guys. See like this, like Bruno. Tag Topstep, tag myself. Hashtag London Open, and I will see you guys as trades and setups. The last one was on the 27th of October. We got some catching up to do, guys. When you're not on the charts, what do you do? Good question. I do lots of different things. I'll go out, I'll get some fresh air, I'll play in the garden with my dog, I'll go get some lunch, scream into my pillow if gold doesn't do what I want it to do. I will do anything other than watching gold go. So like when I say I'm gonna step away from the charts, like when I jump off stream here with you guys, I literally first thing I do is I go outside and get some fresh air and run around the garden with my dog. I don't sit here and watch the charts. Scream into the pillow, yeah, that's what I secretly do. Yeah, like when I say I'm gonna walk away, guys, I mean I'm actually gonna walk away. I go get some fresh air and clear the mind. Stepping away and stepping outside for, you know, 10 to 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes even, helps me so much. It's so simple, but it massively does help. No, there's no beach here, Cade. No, we're right in the countryside of Italy, so no beaches here. No, I don't hold runners and trail stops on gold. Gold isn't really the market where it's just going to rip up and you're going to be able to trail so well. It's going to come and get you anyway. So, me personally, I'll have my targets and I'll just close my trade. I'm not a huge fan of holding runners on gold, especially not in London. The likelihood is, you know, gold's going to have a big pullback anyway before it does what you want. So for me, majority of the time, runners just end up getting hit. So I prefer to just have my trade and be done with the day. If I want to take another trade later on, you know, maybe I'll take another trade. Do you feel like you're not doing enough when you're not working? Yes, constantly. But I'm always working. I work on many different things other than trading. Obviously, I have the community, I have the YouTube, I have lots of things outside of that as well that I'm always working on. Like even when I'm not sat here trading, I'm still on the laptop working on lots of different other projects. You know, it's hosting the retreats, working on loads of different things. But yeah, definitely. If I'm not, like sometimes I'll go out and I'll go sit in the garden and eat some lunch. I'm like, damn, I should be doing this or I should be back inside. But I'm like, no, we need to learn to detach and relax. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I definitely have that feeling of you're not doing enough. Always. But you have to have that discipline. Like, no, I'm putting in the work here every single day for 3+ hours every day. So it's like, yeah, you need to be able to just take that step back. 100%. Otherwise, you just burn yourself out. Which I have actually recorded, which I'll post in my new YouTube video. A trading psychology video about burnout and how to not take burnout and how to recover from burnout. So I will post that on YouTube very soon. Take partial profits? No, I don't take partial profits. You guys know where I would be managing the trade. You guys know where I'd be closing full. You guys know my management. You guys know my targets. All right, YouTube guys, we've been off about an hour and a half here, guys. I do have to wrap up. You got D coming on right after me as well, coming to the top of the hour here. And remember, guys, I'm trying to buy gold up into 4,000 and back up into them previous hourly highs. So for me, guys, I'm going to hold this trade until the hourly closes back below that level. And I'm just going to let the trade play out. Like I say, I will post the outcome of this trade on X as well. So if you guys are on Twitter, make sure to drop me a follow, The Aaron Trades, tag myself, Topstep, hashtag London Open. And is gold going to push here? Let's see. I'm going to try and get at least like $300 to $400 in the trade if we can come up and grab them highs nicely. I still believe a lot of people will be trying to sell gold here. To me, it's more reasons to see gold squeeze higher. So, good session today, guys. We'll let this trade play out, and I'll keep you guys posted, and I will see you guys same time again tomorrow. Trade safe, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday, where we'll end the week off strong. So, trade safe, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.